So what's up? We'll talk about this NFL weekend, and football is pretty like boring and pretty bland right now. But I'm gonna go over some of these games and some of these teams. It's some sorry state of affairs going on right now. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes looking like baby Steph Curry meets Derek Jeter. He's got win all over him. I know Andy Reid's track record of getting down in September, so don't get too high. But Mahoney is the truth. That kid is on fire. He stay lighting booties up. Jimmy G in Frisco. Jimmy G's getting a little bit exposed, and Frisco isn't that deep, so it could be a rough ride. I mean, they could be a little more rougher. Um, I already talked about Cleveland and the Jets. Baker Mayfield looking good. They got upside. They're gonna be a feisty little team, so they could win anywhere from 6 to 8 games. The Jets, it looked like it was something, but then I think they kind of got exposed as time's going on. Sam Darnold is all right, but they might have had an out of body against Detroit. Caught that boring Detroit New England game. They ain't really tell me nothing. Matthew Stafford, Pat, or whatever his name is. Stafford is alright, but I'm not really feeling. I think Matt Patricia, because he was coaching against Brady and them in New England as a defensive coach, had some insight. New England ain't got no weapons. They're waiting for Julian Edelman to get back. They better put Josh Gordon up there and Gronk getting double team. Gronk's getting that real double team treatment. But them busters was dropping passes and dropping the rock last night. So Belichick and the defense sucks. They soft as tissue paper. So it'll be a long year for New England if they don't get it right. And I know they've done this act before, but something this feels a little bit different because they ain't getting blown out and so much the yards. It's just getting strategically beat. That's what's up. Jacksonville, Tennessee, I was laughing because Blake Bortles went back to his old Blake Bortles self. They lost 9-6 to Blaine Gilbert in Maryland against Tennessee at home. Ooh, that's ugly. If you want to be a legit contender, you cannot get waxed at home in an ugly game like that. That's just not even funny. Carson Wentz came back, put it on them. Philly is going to be the team when Carson Wentz gets his groove back. Them and LA Rams, and Andrew Luck did all right, but they not quite there yet. The Rams look like the best team right now in the NFC. Jeff Goff is going off. Gurley's balling. They was rolling, so they look really good. Chargers are a lot of hit and miss all in the air, but I'm not really feeling nothing that I'm seeing, so I'm not really putting it on that. That New Orleans Atlanta game was wild. There was no defense whatsoever. But Drew Brees be putting them numbers up. He still is like a fantasy quarterback. He just outplayed Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had a tight ball game, but nobody want to play no defense, so I'm not figuring either one of these two teams. Now everybody want to talk about it. My Buffalo Bills put that waxing on Minnesota. The overrated Kirk Cousins. That buster is an overrated turkey. I don't know why people get all salivate about Kirk Cousins whack behind. He's a good middle of the road second tier, high third tier quarterback. Jared Allen went in there and smashed them in their backyard. My Bills. Now I don't know. Call it out about it. It wasn't shock because Kirk Cousins is overrated. So I don't know what the big deal is. Saw Green Bay and Washington. Alex Smith was very poor for Washington. He's looking good, but I feel for Clay Matthews because the sacks, they got to change them rules. I mean, you got to hit a quarterback. You're making it all cuddly like Play-Doh. There's going to be like touch football and tap, So it's like, what's going on? You can't even touch him no more. You can't even quarterback without getting rough in the. It's just ludicrous. Caught that game with Dallas and Seattle. That was a yarn fest. Two inept offenses, how the mighty both have fallen. Russell Wilson had just enough to pretty much win it, but Ezekiel got stripped. He got to be watching that rock. Dak Prescott ain't got nothing to throw to, but he's got to get rid of the rock. They got to bring somebody in because they have no. If you take Ezekiel out, they are one-dimensional and they stinking right now. They have nothing. So no, Dallas could be in for a long year. Seattle could be too. I wasn't really. That game was boring and like watching paint dry. It was just that Seattle got a couple turnovers. Earl Thomas was balling. He got 3 picks already. Earl Thomas a hot commodity, and I know he's trying to get out of C-Town, but he a hot commodity. Keep an eye on him somewhere. The Giants beat Houston, and I think Houston needs a new head coach. I like Deshaun Watson, but they just a step off. They just not really in it. And the Giants, Barkley gonna be rookie of the year. He definitely balling. He's definitely balling. Carolina beat Cincinnati. Cam looked good, very poised, looking good. Baltimore won. I don't know if Joe Flacco is fluke or what he is, but when he's on point, when he's on his games, he's winning. He looked good yesterday. You know, Miami beat Oakland, and I can't stand Miami as a Bills fan. But you know what? I'm clowning Oakland because Chucky Gruden look like he over his head, and that turkey let Khalil Mack go, and Khalil Mack is doing much damage. Khalil Mack is looking like a younger version, almost, not quite, but he's gotten a little bit of my cousin Lawrence Taylor vibe going on. Khalil been lethal in all them games. The Bears be, oh sorry Arizona. I'm cracking up when I see these clowns with Sam Bradford and these turkeys ain't got no business having no job. Colin Kaepernick can. So I was cracking up off of that. So Khalil Mack like the defensive player of the year. Him and Von Miller. Oh yeah, Denver lost yesterday. They need to get a quarterback. A lot of these teams, that's why Colin Kaepernick should have a job. A lot of these whack teams just ain't got no quarterback, and they got a dull. It's just dull right now. So that's some NFL takes right there. That's some quick NFL takes. A lot of these teams right now ain't bringing it. We'll see. I know it's week 3. We'll see what goes up, but some of these teams is just boring. Just it's like y'all gonna have to reshuffle or do something because there's some bad football going on. All right, that's my take on NFL. Hot take for the week. Hit that subscribe button. Feel free to drop a comment. You want me to talk about your team? I will. I talked about my Bills. They smashed Minnesota. Gotta go Green Bay next week. We'll see what's up. All right, peace.